What's up, beautiful people, to another episode of Pursuit of Destiny podcast. It's me, Ricky Jones Jr., back again for another episode. And for those that may or may not know, this podcast is all about helping you get to where you want to be, largely by way of purpose, okay? So what we believe is if you pursue your purpose, you'll be able to fulfill your destiny, okay? So we just put those two words on the front and the end, but more than anything, there are some words in between. And so let's do it, okay? And so what we do on Tuesdays is dive deeper into our Monday affirmations, more than anything, to be able to give us life application tools, principles, and ideas on how to actually carry out those affirmations. Because it's one thing to hear an affirmation, it's one thing to feel good about what is said in an affirmation. However, it's another thing, it's a more beneficial thing to be able to live out what you actually affirm, okay? Because just saying words, feeling good about them, does good for the moment. However, having knowledge, understanding, and wisdom on how to actually carry it out is a whole nother thing that allows for doors to be opened, opportunities to be had, and ways to be made that, weren't already there because you didn't have the necessary tools or mindset to be able to unlock those things. However, we are here, and we're here to talk about living a life of gratitude. Man, like, what a beautiful affirmation that was. If you missed it, please go check that one out. But what we're going to do, like I said, is just break it down. And so even with gratitude, let's just break down what the word gratitude means. And very simply, it means to be able to feel the feeling of thankfulness or gratefulness, like having the feeling of gratefulness or thankfulness. Now just even think about that. What does it mean to actually feel a thing? Like if I wanted to be wet, I would have to go and feel water. And feeling water is an experience, right? So I say all those things to say when we are operating in gratitude, we are feeling thankful. We are feeling grateful. And I break it down like that more than anything because even too, it said that it's great to start your day with like 3 to 5 minutes of being grateful about something. Find 2 or 3 things that you're grateful about. And when you take the time to think on those things, actually feel that moment. I know when I did the exercise myself, I had the moment of feeling when my daughter was born, feeling when my son was born, not actually feeling the pushing out of the child, but more than anything, feeling that feeling when I first held them for the first time and the joy that it felt. Oddly enough, with our son, our second child, we went the whole pregnancy without knowing what the gender was, which, had its ups and downs and things like that, but we were excited. My wife and I, we were like, we're going to do it. We're going to hold out, and we held out very well. And when the child came out, I said the child because we didn't know what it was, and the doctor turned the child over. It was like, question, are you tired of passing out business cards because nobody is actually calling you back or reaching out for more information? And that's probably due to the fact that people are now in a digital world. We all are, right? What are people carrying with them every day, everywhere they go? Their phone. And what the great people at 5PC Global Digital Marketing Company has provided for you are multiple ways for people to interact with who you are by way of their phone. So they have the ability for you to have a bumper card. And on that bumper card, you can have information, yes, but what you do have as well is a QR code for people to be able to scan to come in contact with your website, with your social media, with your YouTube channel, right? But then also, if maybe a card isn't what you want to do, you can wear a ring and they can scan that ring. Just think about how cool is that? They'll scan your ring and be able to be in contact with those things as well. But then also you get the opportunity, if you so choose, to have a text number and a text code that people can reach out to you, and you can reach out to them and say, hey, text this number, text this code, and we will then send you our website and things like that. And there's nothing more special than having somebody's phone number because they're always on their phone, right? And so make sure you head on over. I'll put a link in the description below because you want to get this ASAP. I promise you, I believe that your sales, your products, your goods, your services will soar exponentially because people have the ability to come in contact with you in the way that they are in contact with the world, and that is through their phone. So check it out. Tell them I sent you. Let's have fun. It's a boy. And I was like, oh snap. Like at that moment was so grateful because we had already had rain, but obviously, it's good to have a boy and a girl, in my opinion. And so to have a son next, it was just a moment of gratefulness that I'll never forget. And so when life feels like it's too heavy, when life feels like it's too hard, when it feels like I can't do anything else, I just go back. I'm reminiscent of the moment, of those moments, of a feeling and that moment of gratefulness and thankfulness that I had. And even with like knowing the gender of our first child, right? And then we'll keep going. But one of my things was I wanted the first child to be a girl. That's just what I wanted, and that's just what it was. Thankfully, my wife was very open, so that helped in the process, I do believe. But nonetheless, when they were searching for the gender of the child, they came across and boom, 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 it's a girl. Oh, what gratefulness did I have? What thankfulness. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. You knew my heart's desire and you fulfilled it, right? So that was just even a moment of gratefulness that I'll never forget. However, I do remember when it is necessary. And so even living a life of gratefulness puts you in a place, puts you in a space where constantly, daily, you are living out those moments that you are feeling thankful, where you are feeling grateful because of the outcome. It could be when somebody gave you something. It could be when it looked like you would not have anything to eat. Somebody called you up either with groceries that they were bringing, or somebody cashed after you some money to be able to get some food. I've been in those predicaments and situations where I didn't know what I was going to eat. You know, I mean, not that I didn't have anything to eat, but I didn't know what I was going to eat that day. And I go to my office desk and boom, there is some food there waiting on me, which is something that I had asked for weeks ago, we'll say. And it was there. It honestly just happened to me yesterday. But nonetheless, all that to say, God is good, right? And so having those moments of gratefulness allows for us to circumvent those moments where you feel down, largely because you can't be both grateful, right, and unthankful at the same time. You can't be in a moment of gratitude, right? That's the ultimate, right? There's thankfulness, there's gratefulness, and then there's a gratitude. You can't be in a space of gratitude and be fearful. You can't be in a space of gratitude and think of lack. When you are in this area of gratitude, you are essentially in a great space. You're in a space where you're able to receive because you're thankful for what you have received. You're in an open area. You're in an open space. Last week we talked about releasing things, right? And so when you're in a space and a mindset of gratitude, you are open to the possibilities of other things and more things to come, which we talk about in the affirmation. But in the first line of the affirmation, it says, I live a lifestyle of gratitude. That's something that we are all about, right? You see my shirt, Pursuit of Destiny Lifestyle, because lifestyle has the idea that that's something that you do on a regular, right? If I'm a runner, if running is my lifestyle, I run on a consistent basis. People know that I'm a runner if that's, my lifestyle, and I do certain things that allow for me to do that. There may be, I sleep a certain amount of time, I eat certain things, I don't eat or drink certain things because I'm a runner, right? But when you live a lifestyle of gratitude, you won't have the thought of doubt. You won't have the thought of not having enough. You won't have the thought of I'm without. You won't have the thought of it wasn't enough. Why? Because you are in a space of gratitude. You're thinking of those beneficial moments, those great opportunities, and those things that came your way that you, either one desire or two, didn't even know could come your way, but did come your way. But you're just in a space and a place of just smiling, of ecstasy, of excitement, because you're grateful, right? You're in a space of gratitude. And so we are encouraging you to live that life, right? Live that lifestyle. And it just allows for you to float. Truth be told, it allows for you to float. I recommend, I encourage, I challenge you to spend this week finding 3 to 5 minutes. Everybody has 3 to 5 minutes in their day, each and every day. If you don't, you are not living life. I will say that, right? And I mean what I say. Even when you're sitting on the toilet, right? I don't know. Even when you're showering, there's times there too where you can just reflect and you can think. But in that time, think on 2 to 3 things that you're grateful for, right? And just allow that to carry your day out. And even if you had a tough day at work or wherever you do, whatever you do during the day, at the end of the day, don't go to sleep without being in a space of gratitude, okay? Alright, so from there it goes on to say, I am thankful for the opportunity to live life and appreciate all of the opportunities I am given, right? So 2 things I want to pull out: living life as well as being appreciative of the opportunities I am given. how many people are actually living life? And that's not everybody. That's not everybody. I'm sure you could think of somebody. I know it's not you, but I know that you could think of somebody that isn't living their life to the fullest extent, right? They're living life just to do tasks. They're living their life just to do things, right? But they're not actually living life. What does it mean to live life in my perspective, in our perspective? It's living life that is purposeful, right? So each and every opportunity you're doing and carrying out your purpose. And then there's opportunities where you can enjoy life, right? It's not all work, 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 but there is some play that does involve life, right? And so you're doing what you do. You're doing what you enjoy. You're doing what those that are around you enjoy. Myself, personally, I like to pretty much stay in the house. I'm good to go with that. I feel like I have enough creature comforts within my home to be fully satisfied and entertained. However, my wife likes to get out. My wife likes to travel. My wife likes to take trips. And, at being a great husband, you yield. But at the end of the day, that allows for us to live life, because we do live life together as a married couple. We live life together, so that means we do things that allow for us to live life together. When is the last time you took a walk with your spouse if you're married? When's the last time you went to the movies if you're single? When's the last time you did something that you actually enjoy with yourself? For yourself, with your spouse, with your friend, with your significant other. Live life. Don't just do things all day with your head down, not looking up to actually appreciate the opportunities, right? That's the second part. Appreciate the opportunities that you find yourself in, largely because opportunities come and they go. However, being appreciative, being in a space of gratitude, allow for you to recognize and to step into each and every opportunity with a spirit and a mindset of gratitude, right? What does that look like? What does that look like, right? It could be the darnest of things. However, with the mindset and the lifestyle of gratitude, you'll be able to open yourself up. For example, if you're working at a job that you may find to be so tedious, frustrating, and you're mad at, right? You may go into it with the idea of, okay, I'm in a space and a feeling of gratitude that I have an opportunity to make a living, have an opportunity to learn and to grow. I heard it said, and I truly believe it, it's not about the money that you make at your workplace, but it's about the person that you're becoming because of your workplace. So what does that mean? Go into it with an opportunity to learn. Go into it with the thought that, man, today I have the ability to try something new, learn something new, or experience something that will allow for me to be better tomorrow. Largely because the things that you see may or may not be carried into the business that you may desire to open up, or the next job that you may walk into. You may realize some things that are going on and you're like, okay, if I was to do this, I would not do this way, largely because this is the result. And I see that is not what I will recommend for what I am a part of, right? And so there's always that opportunity to learn and to see new things, but you have to be in a mindset or in a place where you're open, right? You're open to receive. And we're going to get into that a little bit deeper in this next line, which goes on to say, I am grateful, right? My gratefulness brings more great things into my life. When we are grateful, when we have that mindset of living a lifestyle of gratitude, we open ourselves to receiving more things, receiving great things. Why? Because we're open, right? We're open with a space and a thought of feeling thankful and feeling grateful. Just think, right? When you give somebody a gift and they respond by saying thank you, they respond by being grateful, it excites you, it motivates you, it encourages you, it kind of makes you want to do it again, because on the other end of that gift, on the other end of that reward, that there's thankfulness received. So when you give life, when you give a response to God, when you give a response to your spouse, when you give a response to anybody of thankfulness and gratefulness, it allows for you to be open to receive more. On the opposite end of that, right? If you were to be given something, you just snatch it, right? You take it and you go and you say nothing. You probably won't receive something from that person again, largely because of the response, right? Responses go a long way. And so when we have the response of gratitude, when we have the response of gratefulness, when we have the response of thankfulness, those are the three words of this podcast today, right? Gratitude, gratefulness, and thankfulness. When we have those feelings and we walk that out each and every day throughout the day, lifestyle, right? It allows for us, everybody everybody we come in contact with is going to be a pleasurable experience because, right, even when we speak to somebody, we're thankful, we're grateful to even see them, to speak to them, to have the opportunity to see them that day. Don't fall short of recognizing each and every person that comes across your way. Each and every day is purposeful. It's beneficial. It's for your benefit, right? But it's for you to search that out. It's for you to recognize. It's for you to see, okay, what is this? How am I to interact with this individual? How do even your coworkers, even your supervisors, even your employers, right? There's always that exchange. It's not just you doing a thing for you to get paid. No, there's an exchange of information. There's an exchange of opportunities that we get to embark in and participate in. So with that mindset, with that lifestyle of gratefulness, let's open ourselves up. Let's remind ourselves that there's more to this day than I'm actually experiencing, and I will be able to experience it when I am operating with a lifestyle of gratitude. I have that ability. I can do it. I will be open. I will recognize each and every moment in life where a moment of gratitude can be locked in. It can be stored. It can be put into the mental memory bank so that when tough times come, because they will come, even along your life of living a purposeful life, tough times will come because opposition always comes to those that are striving for more, those that are striving ahead. Opposition always comes. Just think, when you're driving anywhere, there will be opposition, right? It could be a red light. It could be a bad driver. It could be an accident. It could be, the list goes on, right? Oppositions will come. But know that when you have a mindset and when you have those feelings of being grateful, when you have a gratitude mindset, it allows for you to pause for a moment. It doesn't take long. And think on those thoughts and those moments where, oh man, I'm grateful for that happening. I'm thankful for that happening. I'm grateful for that person. I'm thankful for this thing. I'm grateful for that thing. And all will be well. You open your eyes up and realize it's not that serious. And man, when you get to that point, what a life will be for you on the other end of realizing and recognizing that you always have the opportunity to express and to have gratitude. So with that being said, great people, I appreciate you all for tuning in this here episode. I hope it was beneficial for you as you step into all that you were purposed and born to be and to do. And as you do so, you will fulfill your destiny. And I'm excited for all of us doing just that. And I know the world will be a better place when we do. And so, hey, we're along this journey together. And know that you don't have to do it alone. We do have a Pursuit Destiny Tribe on Facebook. I'll put a link down in the description. And so you can tap in, join in whenever you want to be around a community of people that are pursuing their destiny, living a purposeful life, and are doing the different things that we're talking about on this here podcast. So with that being said, great people, I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you on the next episode or the next video if you're watching on YouTube.